We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with some very interesting news regarding the cult of personality CM Punk, who made his shocking return to WWE at Survivor Series this past weekend, and a big question that a lot of fans had regarding Punk's return and the details surrounding it has been answered. Now, many of you are likely aware that CM Punk's run in AEW All Elite Wrestling ended in a truly unceremonious way. CM Punk was quite literally fired by AEW because of his behavior behind the scenes with other talent and specifically AEW president Tony Khan. And when there were rumors going around prior to Survivor Series that CM Punk may have been returning to WWE, some fans expressed concern that perhaps the same thing could happen in WWE if CM Punk returned. Perhaps Punk's behavior would become an issue in WWE after a while, and Punk would get fired from WWE as well, and also causing havoc behind the scenes with other superstars. However, CM Punk has appeared to be in good spirits at Survivor Series and on this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, and there is reportedly a good reason as to why Punk seems to be on his best behavior in WWE. One of our sources has reported that CM Punk apparently has some kind of a behavior clause in his new WWE contract. Although the exact details surrounding what this behavior clause entails is still unknown, but it's likely that it basically means CM Punk will be on his best behavior in WWE, and not causing any trouble with management or other superstars behind the scenes. So clearly WWE did take a good look at the way Punk's run in AEW ended, and tried to make sure that history will not be repeated in WWE. CM Punk stated on Monday Night Raw this week that he's not here to make friends, but instead to make money, and as long as CM Punk stays within the guidelines of his WWE contract, and doesn't cause any issues behind the scenes or let his ego get in the way of things, the cult of personality will definitely make a lot of money during this run in WWE, as he's now arguably the biggest star in the company aside from the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns. Wrestling fans are still completely shocked and at a loss for words with CM Punk's return to WWE at Survivor Series, as CM Punk's return basically proved to everyone that anything can truly happen in WWE, and any superstar who left the company on bad terms could return at any moment. And according to a breaking new backstage rumor, CM Punk may not be the only AEW superstar that Triple H plans to return to WWE in the near future, and Hunter apparently has his eyes set on bringing Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley back to the company in the very near future. Now, it's not breaking news that WWE want Dean Ambrose to return to the company, because there have been several attempts over the past couple of years where Vince McMahon and Triple H have tried their best to convince Jon Moxley or Dean Ambrose to leave All Elite Wrestling and return to WWE, but their attempts were unsuccessful because Moxley felt like the time wasn't right, and that he still had a lot of things he wanted to do and accomplish in AEW, but that has reportedly changed recently. Now that Jon Moxley is no longer the AEW World Champion, which he hasn't been for a while, Moxley feels he has done everything he set out to do in All Elite Wrestling and help legitimize the company, and is now open to exploring other options outside of AEW, because like most of you are probably aware, Dean Ambrose has said in past interviews that he knows WWE is where he would rake in the most money, and that's partly why CM Punk decided to come home to WWE, and the same thing is reportedly happening with Jon Moxley right now. If these backstage reports are true, Triple H has been in contact with Dean Ambrose recently, feeling things out if Jon would be open to coming home to WWE, and basically the bottom line is that it seems as though Jon Moxley is finally open to the idea of returning to WWE, as the money would be right and it would also allow Ambrose to reunite with old friends like Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. There is shockingly a possibility that Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley has already worked out a deal with WWE to return sometime next year in 2024, and Triple H may be announcing the return of Dean Ambrose in the near future, likely on Friday Night SmackDown, as WWE plan for CM Punk to be featured on Monday Night Raw mainly moving forward. And while Roman Reigns would definitely be happy to see Dean Ambrose back in WWE behind the scenes, on television the Tribal Chief will be furious to see Ambrose come home and attempt to steal his spotlight on the blue brand. Let us know if you guys think Dean Ambrose or Jon Moxley will be the next AEW star to return to WWE and follow in the footsteps of CM Punk, who literally no one expected would ever come back to WWE. And if so, should Triple H reintroduce Ambrose to WWE fans on SmackDown, the show the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns is on, or Monday Night Raw, where Dean's other former Shield brother and the current World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is on. Now, Sasha Banks, now known to wrestling fans as Mercedes Moné, has done well for herself outside of WWE in Japan, but there's no doubt that a lot of wrestling fans hope that Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné will eventually find her way back in WWE, because there's no doubt that Sasha's run in WWE ended in a pretty dismal way, as Sasha Banks and Naomi walked out of the company with the women's tag team titles, were eventually forced to vacate those titles, and then were released from the company not long after that. So definitely not a great standoff whatsoever, and many fans feel Sasha Banks still has a lot to offer the women's division in WWE, and can still be a top player in the company as she is still very much in her prime. Well, just the other day, Mercedes Moné, who hasn't wrestled since May of 2023, teased her return to the ring by posting a training video on her YouTube channel, with a caption for the video reading, "Mercedes Moné is back in the ring." Now, a big fan of WWE and current UFC commentator Daniel Cormier stated in a recent interview that he hopes Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné returns to WWE at the 2024 Royal Rumble, and according to a breaking new backstage report, that is reportedly a very strong possibility. Apparently, Triple H and other WWE executives have reached out to Mercedes to potentially work out a WWE return deal, because Hunter was not happy with the way Sasha Banks' run in WWE ended, and is a massive supporter of her, and feels the time is right for Sasha Banks to come home to WWE. While Triple H and other WWE officials were not exactly happy with Sasha Banks' behavior towards the end of her previous WWE run, and felt Sasha could have went about things differently to get her points across instead of walking out of the company, WWE reportedly know the value and star power that Sasha Banks brings, and want Sasha Banks back in their women's division as soon as possible. Right now, if the rumors are true and Sasha is heading back to WWE when she does return to the ring, Daniel Cormier is likely right on the money when it comes to where Sasha Banks should return, because apparently the 2024 Royal Rumble would be WWE's target for when Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné would return to the company, if the deal is able to be reached in time for the event, which again is the hope right now. Let us know down in the comment section below if you guys would be happy to see Sasha Banks return to WWE for the 2024 Royal Rumble event. Or do you feel like Banks should stay out of WWE and perhaps return to Japan, or another wrestling company like AEW All Elite Wrestling?